be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "You are the salt of the earth. But if salt becomes tasteless, what can make it salty again? It is good for nothing and can only be thrown out to be trampled underfoot by men. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hilltop cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp to put it under a tub. They put it on the lampstand, where it shines for everyone in the house. In the same way, your light must shine in the sight of men, so that seeing your good works, they may give the praise to your Father in heaven." This is the gospel of the Lord. Lord, I'm a puny little creature, the dust from the dust. If you were with me, I can be your mighty instrument, Lord. Bless me, Lord, so that I might break your word worthily to your people. Amen. God's blessings to you all, my dear people. And we seem to have a nice weather, a clement weather. It's a nice weather to sleep on, but not now, please. Today's reading are very beautiful to make us human, to be filled with kindness. The first reading speaks about how we need to care for the other, those who are in need. Pope Francis off and on keeps telling about this in his teachings, and he makes the refugees come closer to him, and he gives shelter to them. He teaches the way that we need to follow. I remember as a small boy when I carried lunch to the school. The first day I shared my lunch with one of my classmates. One is to get away with the lunch and finish it off. But I wanted to share with one of my friends who did not bring lunch. And when he ate it, and I could see the happiness on his face, with that when I came back home with pride, I told Mommy, I finished it off. Oh, the lunch. And I also told I shared with my friend as well. It gave me a sense of self-worth at that time. When Mommy also appreciated we need to share things with people, it gave a sense of self-worth. I am of help to someone. I'm able to reach to someone who's in need. So my dear friends, today the reading tells us to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to reach out to the poor. I always have a happiness to go back to one of our institute where we cater to 2,000 orphan children every day. We feed them, and till they get up to the ladder of social status quo, we take care of them from the childhood till they grow up. 2,000 of them. And it's a wonderful place. When I go there, I get real happiness. I feel that place is filled with grace, where people help each other. And we built houses, around 400 individual houses, where there's women, those who are alone, they come, take 5 children into the home, and they remain as a fostering mother. It's like a homely feeling that we create. So some of them climbed up to the ladder to become a doctors and engineers. And it's very, very, we get that fulfillment, sense of fulfillment when we see them grow up in life. One among them became a priest, and now he is taking care of the whole project of feeding 2,000 people. It's called RTU.in, reaching the unreached. My dear people, to reach out to the other is a grace. Just like we receive grace freely from God, reaching out to others has to happen naturally. It's innate with us. What can make us light and what hinders us to be the light? Today's first reading clearly tells about three things. Three things. One is, do away with your yoke. Do away with your yoke. Yoke brings heaviness. We quite often find it easy to blame others. You know why I am suffering like this? It's all because of you. We find it easy to push the yoke on others. You know why I'm always sad? Because I married you. We just push the yoke. And that's how in the beginning of the Bible, Lord, it is not me, the lady whom you gave me. That is the problem. When you push the yoke on others or carry the yoke on yourself, like, I don't know why I am created, I am good for nothing. When you carry this yoke on yourself, you remain shut in a door. And you keep that yoke on you, you can't be the light. Please become aware of the yokes that we all carry. Each one of us have, somewhere or the other, a low self-esteem or some sort of, thinking negative of people around us, of the past. The second thing the Bible says that has to be removed to be the light is closed fist. The first reading says, remove that closed fist. Closed fist is also about that closeness that we have. Yeah? Closed fist is about the hatred that we carry, waiting for a right moment of vengeance. I'm praying that something should happen to my neighbor, Lord. Removing that closed fist. Why? When you have this closed fist, hatred inside of you, the adrenaline secretion becomes high on your body. You are creating acid in yourself and you are killing yourself. You can't be the light. Why? Even in your body, you communicate hatred towards people around you. Automatically you become a loner. People will not feel comfortable to come closer to you. You push people away and say, nobody comes to me. You take up the position of being a victim, and the hatred bag becomes bigger and bigger. Your brain will connect. You see, this happened, this happened, this happened. This is how happens to my life. And the third one that the Bible says is the wicked word. Word becomes life. What we speak will turn out to be our own life. Think of the words this last week, 1 week, what all words you spoke within your family. Are they all from words from the Bible? Most often we use all negative words. Sometimes very, very wrong words, unhealthy words that may not help us to grow. So, my dear people, become aware of the yoke, become aware of the fist, become aware of your word. When you become aware of these three, you become aware of yourself, light glows. I can assure you, the moment you have inner peace, kindness, there is some sort of a vibration and energy you send out. The transfiguration of the Lord happened, and the disciples around Jesus could feel that. That attracted them so much. One said, Lord, it is good to be here only. So, when you have this kindness at home, automatically your spouse, your children feel at home with you. They love to stay at home, not in the office longer. They will try to come home fast. And that's how. In today's gospel it says, to be the salt. To be the salt. To be life-giving to someone. And there are three things a defects the salt has. The Bible says, if it loses its taste, we are all created to be salt. If it loses its taste, what is losing its taste? Having hopelessness. Losing our hope, faith in ourselves. Losing meaning in our existence. And the Bible goes on saying, it is also to be put down. It's a waste, trampled under the foot, crushed, useless. Nothing can add saltiness to it. So somewhere that loneliness takes our life away. Recollect your mind, my dear people. The moment someone added taste to your life, brought joy and dynamism, a newborn baby brings reconciliation, peace at home. Somebody, a kind parent or grandparent visiting you, giving you a surprise visit, brings you so much joy, peace. To be salt to someone, to reach out in their distress, is what the gospel value that teaches us today. And to be the light. Light, we don't hide it only for ourselves. So, removing that selfishness, automatically we reach out to the other. My dear friends, scientists wanted to test on this Bible verses, what it will really, mean to each one. Where being of help to someone starts. And they found from the childhood. They gave some toffees to the toddlers in the lab, and they wanted to, see whether the toddler has a sense of sharing. They bring in a toy of a monkey and then say, this monkey also needs a toffee. Will you share it? And this toddler happily shares. And they measure the amount of things, that neural firing that happens in the brain of this toddler is so beautiful. And they find same thing happening to people when they help someone and see the happiness of somebody. It gets reflected back into them. That's how the Bible verse of the measure you give will be the measure that you get back happens naturally. It is inbuilt in us. I wanted to try this myself before I preach. So when I was in an institute teaching, I saw a little boy he was helped by one of my Salesian priest, a friend, till his schooling. After schooling, he didn't know how to go about. So I took up the charge of, I will educate him in the college. So with little resources that I had, with my friend's help, I started helping him. It's not only economical help, I journeyed with him. At times he will come middle of the night knocking my door and ask me, Father, do you love me? I used to say, I love everybody, man. No. Do you love me? And I would tell him, give him a hug. Hey, I'm there with you. Come on, let's together do it. Your marks are going low. Next time, let's do it. And it was something very beautiful. He slowly picked up in his studies. He got himself educated. Now he got a job. He's educating one more boy. Somewhere, this light doesn't get quenched, doesn't get stopped. Let's reach out, my people. When this light shines brighter, when we do it with the Lord, when we do it with the Lord, and that's where the Spirit moves us closer to God. Amen.